It was literally selling everything to try to leave. It was one-way ticket. You know when you get one-way ticket and you don't know, like you're not coming back, you have to find your life. It was like this. It was unknown. Okay, hi everybody. Very glad to be here, first of all. It's really a big pleasure to be here and to see all of you guys. So I want to ask you in the beginning, are you ready? I've heard nothing. Are you ready? Yeah! That's it. So I will begin with the video in the beginning, then talk later maybe about...
Here, everybody's equal. Man and woman, child, adult, and an old. Everybody left everything behind looking for a new beginning. It's never like home since I left home. It's a long way to find safety and future, which many people refuse to give. Hope was always there. It was the only reason to keep moving forward sometimes. Some people think we are the enemies, forgetting the real enemies who fund and support wars. Here, some arrived alive, others died. All that stayed is their life jackets.
So what you have seen, everything actually, all footages, all photos you have seen, like all videos you have seen in this video were taken by me through my journey. So let me take you to the beginning. Let me take you to the very beginning. 2011, there is a revolution started. There is, some kids has written freedom on the walls. They didn't know it was a crime. So they were arrested, and that was south of Syria. So they were arrested, they were tortured, and their families were asking about them. So their families went there, they kept asking, where are our kids? And they were 12, okay, I'm saying kids, but they're like 12, 13 years old. Same age I was when it's like 8 years ago. So they asked, there's nothing. And this is why they kept demonstrating and kind of trying to get their kids back. And the last time they went there, they're like, where are our kids? And then they said in a police station, they said to them, you should forget your kids, like you just should forget them, you should make new kids. If you can't make new kids, you should bring your wives here, we can make kids for you. That was why there is a revolution. This is why lots of people blame us today, saying, why there is a revolution, why there is all of that, why did you guys start all of this, destroyed your country? This is what I hear sometimes, unfortunately. So it was a revolution of dignity. People couldn't just hear that and do nothing about it. This is why they started, this is why they went to streets, they started demonstrating, they started asking about the kids, and they were around 5, 6, 7. 3 of them were released, but dead, under torturing. You can still find them. Like, this is what we say the whole time. If the world wanted to do something, everything is clear. You just have to go to Google that, you'll find the photos, you will find everything. So this is how it started. This is how everything started. People went to streets, people started demonstrating. Why is it like this? They started asking for the other kids who weren't released. And it went crazy, there's nothing. If the government back in that time, they went up, they just went, and they said, we're very sorry for what happened, but it's individual mistake. We're going to punish those who has done that. That's it. There is nothing will happen, I guess. But they didn't. Instead, they were shooting everybody going in the street. They were arresting everybody and taking everybody. And that's why everything went crazy. People couldn't just stand with the situation. I'm from Homs. I'm from a very beautiful city. My city is in the middle of Syria, and it's really like such a nice city where people come to my city to spend their time or their vacations. So it was really beautiful city. But then when the revolution started, and after like a month, people were getting arrested in South Syria and Daraa, so everybody was knowing what is happening, videos were coming up. People didn't stand, and that was the right thing. People went to street, they started demonstrating, they started saying, these are our brothers and sisters, we're not gonna just be silent about it, because we can't be silent about it. So they went to street, they started demonstrating, and everything went crazy also. So they were also arresting people, taking people to jails, and just killing everybody, you know, just shooting people. It went to, at some points, after 6 months, I had to leave my country I had to leave my city for the first time. So after around 6 months, I left our house, we left our apartment, and that was a very hard decision. We were discussing, what are we doing now? What are the choices? Leaving. We've never chosen that. I mean, this was the first time we got to the point that you don't choose what you want sometimes. Sometimes you got a list of one thing, there is no more thing to choose. This is why we have chosen that, because nothing else was on the list. So we left, and we went to the countryside. So back in that time, we made the decision, we left, and I asked my family, when are we going to come back? Like, when are we just, you know, when are we coming back? And my father said, maybe 1 day, 2 days, 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, when it gets better, and hopefully soon. But since that day, I've never seen my home back. I've never seen it again, my house. So we left to the countryside. We made the decision. We left to the countryside. We stayed there for around 3 years. In the beginning, everything was hard again. I mean, it was okay, but even though you're leaving like 30 minutes from where you live right now, let's say now you're living somewhere, you leave 30 minutes, you leave everything behind. You can't take your house, you can't sell everything. It's just a hard condition. And everything is just like this. So if you leave 30 minutes, you have to start everything over from the beginning. And this is what happened. So we went there, we had to find a place, we had to find things. And I was asking the whole time, when are we going back? I miss my friends. But again, just realizing that there is no options. You got no options. You have to choose from what you got, from what you have. So we stayed there. And I started to make more friends. My situation went better for sure. The beginning of school was also hard, but then it was better. At some points, my family, later on, they were saying like, okay, stop making friends. Everybody was coming to our house, and my father was like, okay, we said make friends, but not like this. It went too much. So it's all right. So it went really good. I mean, after 3 years, I was very grateful. I was very glad that it went better, but still, we miss home. Situation went also harder. So in the beginning, revolution was peaceful, but by time went by, everything also went harder. Like, let's imagine right now, and I want to bring you this example because lots of people don't understand that. So let's say you are there, and let's say they kill your father, and you're like, all right, let's keep just peaceful. Okay, next day they kill your brother. You're like, okay, let's continue peacefully. The third day they will rape somebody you know. You're like, let's keep peacefully. They will arrest somebody, and you're like, all right, that's it. Human beings has some limitation. They have some point that they can't be silent anymore. This is why people took guns. This is why things went differently. So people started defending themselves against injustice. And this is why our lovely government, they had more excuses to use stronger weapons. So they were using tanks, they were using airstrikes, they were bombing everywhere, they were using later on chemical weapons, every single way to try to make us down, to let us down. But that didn't happen, and people were sacrificing themselves for freedom and for safety of their brothers and sisters. So everything went more and more. And then after 3 years, we made the first hard decision. It was much harder. We are leaving the country. In 2014 almost, we made the decision we are going. That's it. We left to Jordan. We went to Jordan, but unfortunately, there were lots of people already there. So there were a lot of people living already to Jordan. And when we went there, the borders were full of people. We had passports. We tried to go in. We couldn't. So we got refused to try again after 30 days. It might be better then. It might be, I don't know. But I am not here today. Personally, I'm not here to blame anybody because everybody is right from his own perspective. So I'm not really here to blame them or to blame this or to blame that because we know that it was hard for us. And there were a lot of people just trying to have the chance and to leave. So we got refused after we sold everything in the countryside. So we went back. We had no solution. We went back. We had to start again everything from zero. So we went back. Everything was okay. We stayed there. And then we left after almost a year. By the end of 2014, beginning of 2015, we made again one choice. We're leaving. Where? To Turkey. And we were making fun about it. We were like, we're not going to say goodbye to people. You know this feeling when you're like, goodbye, you leave, and you come back. Like, I just said goodbye. So it was the same thing. We're like, we're not going to say goodbye. We're leaving, but we'll be back. But we went to Turkey, went to the main gate, gave them the passport, and they checked the passport. We were like, yeah, okay, that's it. The same moment. They would say, no, you refuse. Try after 30 days. And then they said, you're welcome. We're like, what? What did they just say? Like, you're welcome. Like, run, guys. Okay, we didn't run. We didn't really run. But that was our point. It was just like, go so fast. Maybe they will change their mind. We went inside, and it was great to be somewhere again, except the fact that you're not in your country. But that's fine. In the beginning, I went to Turkey, and there's this nice thing. I went to Turkey, and there is electricity. So since the beginning of revolution, it was harder. So electricity actually much less. You have electricity 1 or 2 hours per day. And for 9 months, 10 months, we had totally no electricity. So people were using whatever things, machines and stuff to try to get some electricity, get fuel. It's a long story. Same thing with water. It was harder to get. You have to buy it from somewhere. Again, you were just spending your day between these two things. And I mean literally no electricity, so no phones for the guys. Well, no television, no phones, no washing machine, no lights, nothing. Life is different. So this is when I went to Turkey. The first thing I was like, wow, electricity 24 hours. These guys are happy here. It's like just you click on the button, there is electricity. Wow, that's great. But I discovered something else, YouTube. So that was great. I mean, okay, I was 3 years, 4 years in the revolution in that time, and it wasn't so much technology, you know? So I went there, and it was just this like explosion of revolution, of kind of technology revolution happened. So YouTube was there. I wanted to do something. This is why I was learning art. So I started learning digital art. And I was very happy about it because I thought, I just seen something with my friend. I thought, yes, I would learn. Why not? So I started learning art. I went to YouTube. And on YouTube, guys, you can find everything. It's like how to open the door. All right, the fun fact is that you will find courses how to open the door in 7 steps. Like how to drink water. I'm not going to say how to go to the toilet. Didn't say it. So, there are a lot of things going on. And this is why I have seen on YouTube there is a big chance to learn more art. And this is why when I have seen that it's much better in English because the Arabic content through what is happening in the Middle East is much less. And that's why I started learning English, literally. So beside Turkish, I started learning English to try to find some courses. I have done that for a while. I learned through online, just online courses. And after a year, we made another decision. Again, we're leaving. Why? Because there are, as I have heard actually before, there are more than 4 million refugees in Turkey, which means it's very hard to find a chance. It's the same. There are not just Syrian refugees there. So 4 million Syrian refugees, but there are a lot of people from Iraq and a lot of people from Afghanistan, and it's very crazy situation. So this is why chances were less. You don't really get a good chance to go to university or to study or even to work. So you will work more, you will work for less money, and this is why lots of people has taken actually kind of the chance to leave from there. So they were like, let's just leave. We left from there. And I mean we left from there, we left from there. We sold everything. I sold my laptop, I sold my phone, I got another phone to try to get more money through that, like for the trip. So it wasn't like we had a bunch of money. Lots of people were asking this when I was in Greece. Like, wow, you paid for them. Where did you get the money from? It's like, all right, it's not as you think. It's not like I had $1 million and then I'm coming to here because I'm very glad to live in a refugee camp for months. So it was literally selling everything to try to leave. It was one-way ticket. You know when you get one-way ticket and you don't know, like you're not coming back, you have to find your life. It was like this. It was unknown. We left to Greece. We left to Greece then, and we were on the rubber boat. So we took the rubber boat. Nobody from the smugglers themselves go on a rubber boat. So what they do, they teach somebody, and they're like, okay, you're the driver, that's it. We didn't know this. We knew it when we were on the rubber boat stuff. Like, where's the driver? There's one of us. He's like, I am the driver. Like, what? You're kidding, right? It's like, no, I am the driver. Like, we're dead. But we arrived. We left from there, and here is the other thing. We're looking at the location through Google Maps. So imagine we're in the middle of water, and people from the same people, they were looking at Google Maps, where should we go? It was like, dude, where I should go now? It's like, go left. Dude, there's no left here. It's water. There is no left and right. It's like, go straight. And it was just going like this. People were, see, this is the point I want to show here, and I want to bring it here. People were laughing. People were making fun through all of that. Through such a hard condition, people were still laughing and still just, fine. At some point, you know that you might sink. You might, not be able to make it. It's hard, but people were still just like, let's do it. Let's try it. We can't get, they say, if you can't get worse than your life right now, so try to make it. So either good or bad, or that's it. So we made it. We arrived to Greece. We were so happy. Everybody was like, yes, yes. After 2 days, borders were closed. So I was in one of the islands. Now I just forgot the island. So I was in one of the islands, Chios. So I was in Chios. We left from Chios to Athens, and from Athens to northern Greece, Saloniki. We went to the refugee, it wasn't a refugee camp. We went to the border area between Macedonia and Greece. And there where everything started. We went there, 13,000 people were there. Everybody on the way were telling us, don't go there. There are a lot of people there. We're like, oh no, those guys are just saying that. They don't want us to pass. Let's go there. We continued. We arrived there, 13,000 people were there. They were there around, in the beginning, around 10 to 12 toilets in the beginning. That means you have to expect when do you want to go to the toilet and go stand on the queue until you feel it's the right moment, and then you get the chance. It was very hard. Food was the same thing, was the same story. You have to stand and literally 1,000, 2,000 to get something out of it. But that was okay. The good thing about it, I was there, we had journalists beside us, and they were German journalists. And the thing is, they were there all the time. So I was leaving from, they're just beside our tent, so they were, photos and everything, making lots of films and photos and stuff. And I had many conversations with them, like, how are you doing? I am fine. And that was the longest conversation I've had with them. It was hard in the beginning, English was really hard. But through the English I was learning, when I was learning art, I was able to make some conversations. So I was like, how are you doing? Fine. And then we were like saying a lot more things like, how was your day? Again, fine. So I was talking to them a little bit. And after a week almost from staying there, and in the beginning I asked people, like, how long are you here? People are like, 1 week, 2 weeks. I'm like, wow, how can you stay here for 1 week? Like, it's very hard condition. And they were letting people pass, but like 10 people every day, which is nothing. Like, we will be in Germany, for example, or in Europe in 2070, but with 10. But they stopped totally, and that was kind of all right. So what I had to do there, I had to learn something. After a week almost, these journalists, they came to me, and they asked me if I want to translate for them. I was like, wow. Okay, they're like, can you translate for us? And I was, are you guys talking to me? They're like, yes. I'm like, yes, for sure, let's go. I didn't really speak English. That was the only fact that I was like, yes, let's go, but I was thinking, I don't even speak English. Like, where am I going? But face expressions were amazing back in that time. So you can translate everything based on face expressions. I mean, if they're a little bit surprised, if they're a little bit kind of asking something like, wow, they're asking. But which question? Here was the point, which question they're asking. I went with them, and they made this documentary with the 3 girls, they were there. So I made documentary, I was translating for them, that documentary. We made it. I mean, half of the things weren't maybe right, but I didn't even know they were right or wrong. So I was translating for them, they was glad, I was glad, that was it, end of the story. So, but then I had more trust. I was like, yes, I do speak English. How was your day? It's like using some other words, then fine. Saying amazing and wonderful and all of these words. So I had more trust. I'm like, yes, this is the only way, because I was there and I didn't know, am I going to leave when it's the end of all of that. So this is why I started trying to learn. This is why I started trying to do something while I was there. So I have seen them, I was talking to them, then it was getting better. My English was still bad, but the only thing was my English is like 30%, other people 10%. So I'm like, master. So, and the good thing is that after I left from there, I was with them, everybody has seen me with them. Everybody was like, coming to me that, can you go with us, translate for us? I'm like, yeah, sure. It's like, yeah, I don't speak English, where am I going? And sometimes they want me to go with them to doctors, and I'm like, no, this is not the right place to go to. Like, dude, I have something to do, I'll come fast. Run. So I was trying, but then I had to leave from there. I left from there to Echo Station camp. So it's another camp, 3,000 people, not 13,000, it's better. So I left to there, and the same journalists, which is really great about it, they helped us to leave from there. We left from there after having very hard conditions. It was raining for like 2 days. I was in Greece when it was in February. So it was still very cold, it was raining, and it was clay, and really kind of weird. So I left, and we went to Echo Station camp, where we stayed for around 4 or 5 months. In the beginning, I was also the same. I was like, okay, this time, it's my field. I'm going to everybody, I'm going to ask if they need help. So I was going to all volunteers, like, do you guys need help? Do you guys need help? And they're like Spanish, German, any other nationality, you know. So it was very good for me. I was like, that's it, that's it. When I see people from America or England, it's like, wow, these guys don't speak English. Their English was totally English, so I couldn't understand anything from them. I was like, that's not the right place to talk to. So the first thing, you go to somebody, where are you from? America. It's like, oh, no, I just wanted to ask what time is it. But this is how was it in the beginning. I'm like, I don't want to talk to them because I don't speak damn English. So it's better for me to talk to somebody his English is okay, the original one. So I tried, and then I was learning through that. I was learning through people, it was getting better. My English was getting a little bit better when I made the decision that I'm going to ask the medical team. And they're American and English people, so that was the big decision to make. It was like harder decision than leaving from Turkey to Greece. So I went there and I asked them, and they said yes. It was literally adventures. In the beginning, I was just afraid, like somebody comes with a trouble, I say something else, they give him the wrong medicine. This guy, he was a good guy. He's going actually, it's hard, it's very hard. But I went the first week with them to Edomini. And they went there, and there's a guy who came, and I stayed there around 4 months. So it was also hot. So we stayed from like February until almost July. So it was also in a very hot time later on. We went there, it was very sunny, it was very hard condition, and living in a tent is literally hard if it's raining, hard if it's sunny. Both are really crazy. So I went there, and there's this guy who came to me, and he was asking, the sun and the things. I was explaining in English. I was like, this guy needs sun crime. And they were like, what? I was like, sun crime. Like, you guys, sun crime. You don't speak English. And they're like, sun crime? What is sun crime? I was like, the sun, it's really hot. They're like, sun crime. It's like, yes, that's it. It's the same. They were calling me sun crime for the whole week. That was it. That's how it was, actually. But I was learning, One time, also, I was making this documentary with Paul Choi. He's a guy from Mauritius. He was making a documentary. In the middle, in the middle of the documentary, I was very kind of passionate about it. He was like, what are you thinking? What do you think about refugees? What is your thought? And I was saying to him, I'm like, yes, we're refugees, but we're not coming from the desert. And he was like, what? And they were laughing. And I was like, what happened, guys? I'm very serious about it. He's like, you just should know that there is difference between desert and desert. I was like, thank you for letting me know. I'm not going to speak English anymore. No, I kept doing it. But this is when I was speaking better English, and I decided to do something else. And I've seen how media is treating us as refugees, how they were showing the bad part, going to TV, showing what is happening, and saying, these are the refugees, they're coming to destroy our country, take our money, and all of these stories. So this is why I decided to take a step. This is why I decided to move and to do something about it. I had the chance to get a camera from volunteer I was working with. I got a small camera where the lens comes, the lens is inside. So that means it was very professional. I was going around the camp and taking photos. I was like going to people. They're like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I am a photographer, dude. They're like, what? Like, I'm a photographer. They're like, where is your camera? Like, this is my camera. They're like, our photos takes better photos than your camera. Like, thank you guys for pushing me forward. But I was taking some photos. I made an album. I made also like platform called Through Refugee Eyes, where I was putting photos. I was taking photos. I put it online, and then there are people who have seen the photos and the stories. And I was telling the stories from inside. That's why people were interested. So they started taking care. A lot of people were sharing, and were trying to do something about it. I was very happy. So some people have seen it, and there's this guy who has seen what I was doing, and he decided to support me. So he sent me Nikon 3300D. So he was a Spanish guy. This is literally this is literally how I started. It's just people, different people who I've never met. They're just humans. They're like trying to do something about it. And the small camera like I got in the beginning, I don't think she expected me to one day to be standing in front of you saying, I am a photographer. So So small things, you think they're really small in your eyes, they can be a lot big in other people's eyes. And this is how I started everything. I started taking photos, putting them online. I got my second camera, everything was going better. And when I left from Greece, I was in around 20 camps, actually. So I went to camps, I started documenting, taking stories, trying to talk about the people, trying really to not let media represent us, or even the right wing try to get everybody, and I'm really sorry about it, but a lot of people try to get the benefits out of us, out of refugee crisis, out of those people, out of what is happening, out of the hard condition we have had in our country, which forced us to leave from our countries. So this is why I decided to take a step and to try to go against media. And I'm not saying everybody, I'm not saying all of them, because there are a lot of amazing individuals, but generally the general look of using people was very hard. So I was in many refugee camps. I was trying to take stories, and I decided to do that, and I was volunteer for a year later on. I was, for months, volunteer with the same medical team. This is how my English got better, actually. So I've learned English from there, and through photography also, it was getting a lot better. And when I left from there, I left with photography, and I left with English. And I got relocated to Belgium. This is where I went. So I went to Belgium. The first time I got my decision, like where to go. So it was a program. It was a UNHCR program where you get 8 countries, you choose them, and then you get one of them. And it was Belgium for me. So I thought, okay, that's really great. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to learn Belgian. I went online. People who knows Belgium, they know what I'm talking about. I went online. I was like, that's it. Let's search Belgium. I searched Belgium, and I didn't find any Belgian language. I was like, It's like, what is happening? I searched, I found on Wikipedia that they have 3 languages. 3 languages. French, Dutch, German. So official languages. I mean, there are a lot of other languages. But I decided to learn French. I learned, like for 2 months before I left from Greece, I learned French kind of okay, some conversations. I left to Belgium. I was in Belgium. I was like, all right, that's it. That's my chance. I'll just speak French, I'll go to French part, that's it. When there, they were asking questions, and like, what languages do you speak, what do you do? And they did the interview. I was like, yeah, je parle un petit peu le français, and je suis content. I sang, many weird stuff in French. But they're like, all right, okay. I was like, that's it, I made it. And they're just going to send me to French part. I was outside waiting the decision came, and it was go to the Dutch part. It's like, thank you guys. But I'm very, very glad about it. I'm very glad about it that I made it. And I've learned French, I've learned Dutch, and then I still have my French. And I've learned more French there. So it was really great. And I went there, and the first thing I had to do is to try to find a school. So I finished my high school in Turkey. And I'm saying this because it's important for people to understand what do you have to go through when your country goes through war. So I went in Turkey, I got my high school degree. But I left, and I was in Greece for a year, gap year, amazing gap year. And then I went to Belgium, and then I thought I would just go to university. So I was learning so fast, and I went to school. I was like, all right, I want to go to university, and then it wasn't possible. So I had to do 2 extra years to get another degree for the high school. And I did it in 2 years, and I'm just going to university this year, finally. So. Thank you so much, guys. So, I mean, that was most of the things I wanted to share with you guys. There's, inside, oh my God, now my language is, beside photography and art, I do write. Are you excited, guys? Not really. Let me share with you one of the poem I have written, and then I will see the reaction in the end. Okay, so, are you ready, guys? Yeah. All right. From war to sore, some died, some cried, and we left the rest. Some call us guests, some others are racist. No, I am not here to enjoy the sun or the money. It is not economy. It is not my honeymoon. I'm here because I was grown to stand up for my right. There is a fight. The government killed us under the sunlight. The world watched. They talked about a red line. Fine, here's my story. I was grown in a city. It was pretty, but it was strong. My games, my room, my friends, it ends. I remembered it all on the boat. I remembered the way to school, their rule. It's all done. I'm gone. I lived in tents for months. I made friends, after friends, after friends. And then I came to here. I am here in front of you, alive. High five. No. In time I am here. There are many there looking for the light of life. Their voices are stuck in my head. It's all me. The voice of the orphan children, the mother who lost her son, the families who had to away run. It's all me. The sound of waves, the boat I took, the tents I lived in for months. It's all me. It's me. So as you've heard my story, I just want to share some photos with you guys from my journey. I mean, you have heard it, so you can illustrate also things and recognize stuff. Did you recognize me? Okay, sure you did. Just kidding. Edomini, the journalists, Eco Station Camp. 3 of us right here. I want to talk about this amazing people for a minute. Muhammad, Hassan, Mary, Abdullah, and me, and Ben. 3 of us refugees who were working as interpreters for medical team. Muhammad is Palestinian, who's also a doctor. He was also helping there. You have American, Mary, and you have Australian, Ben. And we were also amazing friends, not just volunteers, refugees, or whatever other kind of labels. Here's art. 3 superpower heroes in my eyes. This is not, yeah, I have just to mention this. The original photo is not my photo. The editing, yes, it's Photoshop. The original photo is for a very well-known photographer, but then I've just Photoshopped it with the background to make it very clear, I mean, with the permission, for sure. This is today. I wanted to share it because it's happening today, and it happened just in 2016 when we were banned to go to the United States. And now this. I want to take just 2 minutes also to share his story. So this is Abdul Basit Sarut. This is a guy from my city, from Homs. I don't know him personally, but he's a hero for us. He's the voice of the revolution. When everything started, this guy was he was singing, he was leading all the revolution, all demonstrations to try to, to ask for our rights. But then, unfortunately, when it was violence, when they were using lots of violence, in 2 years, he lost 4 of his brothers and his father. And he's an icon right now for us, and he was an icon for us in the beginning. Everybody was just waiting him to go to the demonstration, and everybody was going crazy about it. He kept it. When his brothers and father were lost, he decided also to take a gun to start defending himself and his mother and his other loved ones. So he started to do that. This is as any other single person. As all those who hold guns, it's not terrorism as it's being shown sometimes. It's a revolution and it's rebels. And it's people. And he did it, and he was trying to defend himself. And then after 3 years of being under siege, they had to leave, and he left to Idlib, northern Syria. and he was fighting. He refused to leave. His sacrification is why I am here today. But also, he was just killed 3 weeks ago. So that's why I want to share his story, because his story represents me, and he represents me. And he's the reason that I am here today. And I am here today to talk about him and to represent all of them, because that's why I am here today. That's my quote. Okay, that was the first one. I mean, I was just asked to write something on a book magazine where I was featured. And I was like, what should I write? Then I've written this. I was like, wow, that's nice. I can write something. Okay, as you have heard, I am maybe a refugee today, and it means literally today. Tomorrow, maybe not. Tomorrow, maybe somebody else will be. Who knows? But I'm not a terrorist. I am not a criminal. I am not a thief. I am not a profiteer. I am not a beggar. If you're a refugee, say it loud. If not, spread it wide. And please, don't be ashamed to share love. And as the end of this, because I'm very glad to be here, and my story, and this is what I have to say very clearly, my story is not unique. It's struggling, but there is nothing unique about it. There are a lot of people who are still trying very hard to do a lot of things. But because it's hard condition, maybe they can't. Maybe it's harder to learn the language. This is why I'm here today, because I speak the language. But there are a lot of other people who are also amazing, wonderful human beings who are trying very hard to start their life from the beginning. So there's nothing unique about me. My story is one of other 7 million stories, because there is today 7 million refugees. There are 500,000 victims in Syrian, I would say, revolution in the beginning, war right now, and there are hundreds of thousands of people who were arrested and disappeared. So there's nothing unique about me, but I'm representing everybody being here today, and I hope I represented them well. Thank you so much for all the help, for being here, for listening to my story. That's really such a big pleasure for me. The last thing, and the last small thing, is my contact. So please do feel free. As you have heard today, you will find also lots of stories, lots of things, lots of stuff about what is really happening. So do feel free to share some of them with your friends, even if it's with one friend. If we're not spreading the word, and we're blaming why it's not being spread, who's going to do it? So it's on us. If we don't do it, nobody's going to do it. So do feel free, please, to contact. And as a portrait photographer, feel free to contact me for portraits, because I'm being here now for maybe 2 weeks. So feel free to contact me for portraits, for sure. Why not? Free portraits, I mean. Come on. Don't panic.
Please stay on stage with me, Abdulaziz. We have some time for questions.
Okay, great.
Before I thank you for everything you shared in such a humorous and engaging way as well. I was really surprised by how he manages to bring such a heavy topic and yet make it engaging and light and funny and makes fun of himself and all of his process of learning languages. We have a few minutes for questions. Is there anybody that would like to ask anything to Abdulaziz about his journey or anything he shared?
Do feel free, guys. I don't really mind.
Yes, we have a question over here.
I am Wim from Belgium. I was just wondering where you live and to which university you were planning on going.
Sure. So I lived in West of London, Kortrijk, Darussalam, right now, where I've learned Dutch, West of Vlaams. And I'm moving to VUB, to Free University Brussels, Vrije Universiteit Brussels, to study there. So I'm moving to Brussels this August, directly after I'm going back, actually.
Okay, I'll contact you.
Pleasure to be in contact, sure.
Any other question? Yes, right behind.
My question is, you came alone or you came with your family? Did you see your family or are you in contact with your family?
Sure. So I made the whole journey with my family, yes. So we're always together. We didn't want to make also another harder choice, which is leaving some people behind, some people there, some people here. So all of us together, except my brother who's living in Germany since now 5-6 years. But otherwise, all of us are together. That's something I'm very glad about, alhamdulillah.
And if we don't have any other question, is there anybody who has one? I want to do something with you guys. Abdulaziz ended this share by saying that he hopes he was here representing the stories of the other millions of refugees in a way that is impactful. And I would like to invite 3 of you on stage with me right now to share with him the impact that this talk had for you. And we're going to keep it really short. I would say 1 sentence each. But something that I personally really love is when we give the opportunity to the speaker to know right away the impact that his words had on you guys and your hearts. So whoever feels called, that felt really impacted by his words, you're most welcome to join on stage. Can I have a show of hands of who would like to come? 1, yeah, 2, and 3. Welcome, guys. Yes, give them a round of applause.
Thank you for coming.
All right, if you can say your name as well as you start. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm Sarah, you know me already, but I was just saying for you because it's the most inspiration for me as the same age as you. Just see how we rise together, everyone in our age coming together right now. And just seeing like, doesn't matter our story or who we are or what we've been through, we rise up together. So that was just confirmation of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I really thank you because I think we need to showcase what's actually happening in the world. And I'm from the United States, and I can't, like, it really hurts me to see what our country is doing to the people that are trying to enter my country right now. And I really want to make a big voice for people to make that change. So by you just being here showcases how impactful that is and what those people, you're a gift to our country, not anything else. Thank you very much.
First high five. My name is Rob. I'm from Berlin, Germany. And in October, November in 2016, I served as an assistant nurse in one of the refugee camps in Lesbos, in Moria, which you've probably also been and portrayed. So I know the life as a volunteer from the inside out, and I was not allowed at the time to take pictures, to bring or talk about it publicly, and to bring anything from the inside out. And at the time, there was already some viral underground video streaming outside how bad the conditions were in Moria with the, like you said, the sanitation, the showers, only cold water. And the winter was like close to 0 degrees. People, all of the, almost everybody had the flu, terrible diseases, traumatization, etc. But the Greek government or the European Union did not want any of this information to leak. And that's why it's so brave of you to portray that from the inside out. And yeah, I'm just touched that you gave that presentation and very proud of you. And yeah, keep on spreading the mission. I'm on your team.
So much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Can I say something?
Yes.
So Moria is a refugee camp where there are a lot of people today, where there are more than 10,000 people are stuck today. And the funny thing is that I have been last year, so I live now in Belgium since 2 years, almost more, 2 years and a half. And last year I have been there teaching photography. So I was helping there teaching photography. Sorry for taking some time. I was in Moria. Moria is a camp where I have seen, before going there, lots of things on the news. They're saying, it's a crazy camp, there are fights, there's stuff going on, there are a lot of things going on. Don't go there, don't take your camera, they will break your camera, they will do this, they will do that. I was like, wow, I'm not going there. But then I went there, and I went to Lesbos, and I was there, and I was like, I will just go there, I don't really care. I want to show what is happening. I went to Moria camp, and I guess it's very nice to say that I was invited by people who I've never met for the first time to eat food with them in a tent, which wasn't enough for them. So I was going around and everything was just fine. But what we see on media, making us very careful to see these dangerous human beings. And from the same time, it was very hard, but also they're not allowing any media to go there and showing what is really happening. So I was taking risks, taking photos there while it was military camp, but I really wanted just to show what is happening there.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Abdulaziz, for your courage, your bravery, for your journey, and the heart that got you to be here today in such a humble way, and for deciding that you want to be an ambassador and a channel for this message. I thank you very much in the name of Mindvalley and everybody in the audience for everything that you brought to here today to us. Thank you
so much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.